Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So this week I am going to be reading non-fiction for the week. So I have 3 books here that I'm going to read this week. I chose 3 because I thought that's like the amount I usually read in a week, and non-fiction have I ever read non-fiction before? Yes, but I think I did really struggle with it and probably didn't read it all. But I've got 3 non-fiction books here and I'm excited to read all of them. So the first book I have, and this is going to be the first book I'm going to read because I've already read a few chapters, is I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. I've been wanting to read this book for a while because, like, didn't we all just grow up with iCarly and Sam and Cat? Yes, we did. So I just really want to know more about her upbringing. I've heard a lot, like, obviously this was very viral at one point. It was going a lot around on TikTok and Twitter and everywhere, really. But yeah, she speaks a lot about her mum and how it influenced her in her acting career. Yeah, I'm just really excited. The next book I have is something you may not have heard of because it's not really spoken about on TikTok. It's called You Are Not Alone by Carriad Lloyd. Yeah, so this one is about grief. It's Carriad Lloyd, I think she has a podcast that she talks about grief on, and she decided to make a book. Yeah, so grief for me, I've dealt with a lot of grief. So yeah, I feel like this book I'm gonna connect with a lot. I think she talks about a lot that her dad died when she was younger, which is very relatable for me. But yeah, I'm very interested. I can't wait to see what this book entails. And then the last book I have is the one that everyone has seen, and that is Everything I Know About Love. This is by Dolly Alderton. I'm actually not sure what she talks about in this book, but I just know that everyone loves it and everyone stands by it, so I'm like, surely it must be good. Do you know what I mean? Also, I need to take this sticker off. This is why I hate when just stickers are on books. Oh, it's literally just peeled off part of the cover. Look at that. Like, now I have to just kind of leave it on or take it off. Oh my gosh, why do these things happen to me? Okay, that's really upsetting. Anyway, I'm gonna read a bit more of this today. I'm going out in a bit though, so I probably won't get much reading done today. Hopefully I'll get some more done tomorrow, but I'll see you when I see ya. This book is just slowly getting more and more messed up. I cannot believe her mum used to shower her with her 16-year-old brother, and Jeanette was 11 or 12 at the time, and her mum used to still force her to shower her. I honestly cannot believe she went through this. This poor girl, man. This poor girl. Good morning, guys. I let me look. I got to 218 in this book last night. I picked it up after I finished work and I literally couldn't put it down. I can't tell you it's a good book because it's about someone's life and it's a really sad book. Just the way I couldn't put it down, I really just wanted to know more and more and more. And honestly, I can't really explain it. It's so hard to explain non-fictions. But I'm very confused on the impressively funny written at the front because I didn't find any of it funny. I don't know, it's apparently a painfully funny story. I think it's just a painful story written from a point of view of the person that went through it. I guess she's slightly funny, but I feel that would just be your point of view of it. That would just be how you spoke about it. If it happened to you, you would make light of it, you'd joke about it. I'm just amazed, and I can't believe someone went through that whilst I was sitting at home watching them on the TV screen, which is crazy to me. Hi guys, so last night I finished, I'm glad, I just hit myself in the face with that, I'm glad my mum died, and I thoroughly thought this book was very interesting, and I enjoyed every second of it. Not in the way that like I enjoyed what happened to her, I just enjoyed the way the story was told and how it made you feel. Honest, I think I said in the last clip that I was very confused on how anyone found this funny. When it gets to like more her adult years, she does start to make things a bit more funny. I think her childhood is more serious because you look at it more seriously, but in her adulthood she makes more light of it. But yeah, very good book, and I'm very glad I read this, and I've been putting it off for a while. But yeah, next book I'm going to read is You Are Not Alone. I'm scared to read this one. I'm scared. I feel like it's not going to make me sad. It's either going to make me really sad, or it's not going to make me sad and it's going to make me feel like comforted, like understood. Do you know what I mean? But it says, to Dad, thank you for answering my questions, embarrassing me, and for telling me endlessly I could do anything I put my mind to. To Mum, thank you for everything. Underlined. I'm scared. I'm gonna start reading. I'm not sure what the lighting looks like in this video because I'm currently being blinded by the sun, but I'm about halfway through You Are Not Alone, and I have to say, if you are someone that is currently dealing with grief, please go and pick up this book. It just gets everything perfectly right. Like, it's not sad, it won't make you feel like heartbroken, it will just make you feel comforted. And I don't know, I really love it. But yeah, it really resonates. It shows her experience with grief, and it talks about the 5 stages of grief, which is literally a made-up thing. The 5 stages of grief was originally written down, the 5 stages of death, not grief, not you grieving someone that's died, of someone that knows they're going to die and what they go through. Like denial, anger, bargaining, like that's not it's not 5 stages of grief, it's 5 stages that someone dying goes through, and it's been completely misconstrued into this other thing, which is really interesting. I'm so genuinely embarrassed. I just filmed a whole video of me talking about the book, and I realised it was filming backwards. That's so embarrassing. So yeah, I finished You Are Not Alone. This is a really important book if I feel like you are dealing with grief, have dealt with grief in the past, and still don't think you fully overcome it. You are close with someone who is currently going through it. It really helps you understand how people feel and what it's like, do you know what I mean, and how everyone's so different. For me, it just made me feel so comforted and understood and kind of like validated. It was just a very comforting book. I felt like, I'm not sure, I just felt heard and not alone. I felt not alone, which is the whole point of the book. I'm not going to rate the book because it just feels wrong. Like, I really like this book and I recommend it to you, but it's just not the type of book you can rate. It's someone's life, it's someone's experiences. I just feel like you shouldn't rate them. So the next book I'm going to read is Everything I Know About Love. It's currently Saturday. I barely filmed yesterday, I completely forgot. But yeah, I was hoping to finish all my books by Saturday, but I have not done that. I'm literally starting my third book in the evening of Saturday. I'm going to try and read half tonight, half tomorrow, and then I can move on to my next week's video tomorrow evening. Sunday. I've literally been reading quite a lot today. Went to Cheddar Gorge and kind of just chilled out, read my book on the grass. My boyfriend was doing all of his like car photography. I've got to like just over halfway and I'm just getting so burnt out with it. Like I can feel myself like skipping loads of words. It's just because obviously I've been reading non-fiction all week and I don't usually read non-fiction. I kind of just want to get lost in a book instead. I think it is a really interesting book and I think I will come back to it, but it's her life, it's her growing up as a teenager, her being a young adult, and I find it so hard to relate to it because I feel like if you were a single woman it would be very relatable. Like all the growing up she's doing at 25 I already did, which sounds so stupid, but like I feel like I'm reading it thinking I just don't relate to it at all. I feel like she's a very different person to me. I think it is interesting though. The stories she's telling are very interesting, they're fun, but I'm just not feeling it. I just want to get lost in a book. I just want to read a book and get lost in it, and I'm just forcing myself to read this really. I'm not going to finish this in this video. I might come back to it at some point. I probably will like dip in and out of it, which I think is a better way of reading non-fiction. I feel like it's quite hard to read non-fictions just all at one go. Like with You Are Not Alone, this book I did finish it all in one go, but I kind of wanted to like put it down, read something else for a bit, and then come back to it on a day that I felt that I needed it. I think this book is interesting and most people do like it, and I did like it, but it wasn't for me. I just feel like it's interesting to learn about someone with a completely different mindset than you, but I just felt it so unrelatable. And I think I was too young for it as well. Like, not too young, but too young in the sense of I didn't grow up in the same time as her with the same experiences. Like, she's a 30-year-old woman now, like I am not. So she's like 10 plus years older than me. But yeah, I did enjoy doing this week. It definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone, and I feel like I am going to start reading more non-fiction books because I did really enjoy them. So I think when I see one that I think, oh, maybe that looks a bit interesting, I'm actually going to pick it up, because before, like, I just look at them and go, oh, that looks interesting, but it's non-fiction, I'm not going to read it. But I've kind of gotten myself out of that mindset now. So yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.